You also talked about, the technological solutions, but I also want to talk a bit about cultural aspect of security because, the whole with the agile DevOps, while we thought that we will break down old silos, but we have kind of created what I call soft silos. There are different teams who are responsible for different things. There is still DevOps, there's still DevSecOps, and there are SREs, and the roles are evolving. Can you also talk about that how is API changing the culture within company once again from security perspective?
It's actually one of the areas where we take a lot of heart in terms of the survey response, or have a lot of hope. So what we've seen is that the vast majority of organizations are seeing a change between how security and dev teams work together because of API security. So first off, that is fantastic. We're still seeing challenges around people trying to push this all onto developers and say it's a dev problem to solve. Developers write APIs, therefore they should secure APIs. It's not that simple. A lot of the shift left tooling is limited in what it can do, right? Code scanning is only going to get you so far. We talked about the fact that what's really going on is this mapping of business logic to application logic, and an API vulnerability at the end of the day is not a CVE. It's a gap in business logic. It's a problem in business logic flow. And you're not going to see that in code scanning. So you always need to apply some balance of, how much can developers do with the fact that we need to get protected in runtime. That's super important because, the shift left initiatives, super valuable, have two overall problems. The first is the time to value. We just came through another wave of application innovation with containers and Kubernetes, where security was very dependent on developers. Security teams couldn't roll out container and kube security independently. They needed people who had access to the kube clusters to deploy that tooling. That's hard. With API security, you have the ability to do both. You have the ability for security teams to take control over their own destiny, roll out the platforms they need, get protected now, get safe now in runtime, and be that good corporate citizen and feed insights into the development team to get better over time. But waiting for developers to deal with that whole backlog of API vulnerabilities that you've discovered, you don't want to have to wait for them to work through all those code changes for you to get safe. So if you try to do just shift left, just proactive stuff, you're going to be waiting a long time. So you're going to have a longer time to value, and you're going to have lower overall value because, again, the amount that you can cover in like scanning and testing it's only going to go so far. You need to see the APIs exercised to see everything that you need to do to protect it in runtime. And you always want to be running runtime protection because nobody codes perfectly. Nobody avoids all mistakes. And so get safe now and then add in the shift left over time. But the good news is they are working together more. We're seeing more security people embedded in DevOps teams. We're seeing more collaboration. We're seeing more sign-off between security teams and API design teams. All of this is really goodness for the industry.